Greetings viewers, this is Martin Maverick coming at you with another video. Today we'll be continuing the review for the Master Grade Wing Zero Gundam from Endless Walls version KA. In this video we're going to see this Wing Zero put all together and see how it looks. Now without further ado, let's get on with assembling. And here we have the Master Grade Wing Zero custom from Endless Walls version KA fully assembled. And by first impressions, I gotta say, it looks pretty sleek. It is very proportionate. I don't think anything looks too bad in terms of size comparisons to other parts of the body. I will say the back wings, the ones on the back and other sides, may be a little bit too big, but that'd be the only thing I can say about that. But at that same time though, this is the Wing Zero after all, so that shouldn't be too surprising. Obviously the wings are going to be one of the main attractions to this kit, or to this Gundam for that matter. Aside from that though, the blue shield, as I mentioned during my parts review, that the red is the original color for the Wing Zero, especially for those of you who've seen Gundam Wing, the anime. The shield was normally red, in this case it's blue, but honestly I don't mind it. I would say the red shield looks a much better contrast actually, that's me personally. But then again, the blue does work well because it does match with the chest, the waist, the shoulders, the arms, so honestly the blue shield isn't that bad. The one thing I will say though about that shield is that it doesn't connect too well to the arm. It just slides right on, but with the slightest touch, it can be easily, dropped. It can be easily removed. So I would just say be careful of that. But aside from that, it is actually not too bad. I do like the fact, as I mentioned during the parts video, that the different shades of blue on this kit really does stand out. That's just all version KA kits anyway. They have different shades of certain colors, so this one definitely does stand out. But to me, it just makes this kit even much more vibrant. It stands out much more than the other Wing Zero kits actually, so I am really happy about that. Now to show you the proper articulation, before I do though, that's what I mean by the shield, it just comes right off. But to start off, let's start with the head. Now it's 360 degrees. It can go backward and slightly forward. Look up and look down. And very, very slight side movements. Just going to move this wing to the back just slightly. The arms can go all around. It can extend. It actually has a few points. 360 degree turn there, and the one in the forearm. Nice bend at the elbow. And actually I'm trying to show the wrist movement. There we go. And that thumb right there. So move these to the side so I can show you the waist. Only just slightly, doesn't go all 360 degrees. But it does move forward, like so. And with the scoots up, you can actually move the leg forward, move it back. If the wings are on the way, you could. Almost a split. Almost. Bring it forward. A knee bend. And be careful, of course, this back piece, these back panels, do need to come outward like so in order to get that good knee bend. And they show some movements of the foot in the parts video. And the wings can go all the way forward, all the way back. There is a twist here. All around, like so. Oops. Try not to pop the wings out. My favorite part, actually. And these, of course, are individually, you can move them as you like. With these wings, outward and upward. You can open them up like so, and close them up. And making sure I'm not missing anything, or these do move, these shoulder pieces. And you can lift up the cannons like so. And last but not least, the cockpit can open. And that's about it for articulation. Now for some size comparisons. Usually with the real grade new Gundam, the master grade tall geese, I think it just looks tall because it's leaning on its back wings. But actually, besides that, actually is slightly taller than tall geese. The master grade Death Scythe Hell, and yes, this looks actually a little bit taller. And not just because of my hand placement, it actually does look a little bit taller than a Death Scythe. Its counterpart, the Wing Gundam. If I just do this right. Yeah, I think from this angle, looks like the Wing Zero is slightly taller. Definitely wider due to his wings. The Wing Gundam Proto Zero. So, and lastly, the first master grade of the Wing Zero. And just like Both of them does need to stand on these back wings for balance. Let me see. I think the version K is slightly taller than the original Master Grade from the late 90s. And this is a really good comparison because it shows just how far the kits have been. Even though this is the regular Bandai, this is the version KA. The blue here is definitely lighter than this one. This is more of a navy blue. The white, I would say, is the same. But the yellow is just a shade lighter than this one. The red, I would say, is the same. Yeah, this doesn't seem like the red stand out too much. But even this dark gray, I would say this is actually more like gunmetal, whereas this one's like just a gray color right here. Go. And that's it for size comparisons. This Wing Zero kit is a little bit different than the other Wing Zero kits. This kit can actually store his twin buster rifle in his wings. And in order to do that, you get one of the twin buster rifles, doesn't matter which, and you just put the handle up like so. And you take this side, at least for this one, move it out, move this back like so, but do it very slowly because from what I've noticed, this piece of the barrel, so to speak, can add some stress to it. So just be very careful. Like so. So just be careful with that and just close it like so. And do the exact same thing with the other one. Push your hand back. Extend this part. Move this down very carefully. Like so. And close that up. So I grab the kit and see if I can do this properly. See this piece? You just need to extend that out. Oh, I almost forgot to do one more thing. After you move the barrel down, you actually move this piece forward, like so. And same thing on the other one. Now you can store it. So I think it doesn't really matter, but then I'll do this. I'll just, there we go, take that out. Just move this. Oops. Fell out of my hand. And it's supposed to click in. There we go. Like so. Move that forward. Same thing with the other side. I just found it easier to take these off. Move that forward. Move this down. And close that up. Like so. And that's how you store the twin buster rifles. Another thing you can do with this kit, which is very iconic for the Wing Zero, is actually close his wings. In order to do so, just like how it was on the other Wing Zero kit, you need to close this up, move it out, and move it down. Same thing on the other side, like so. And this is actually sticking out. Look, there we go. Okay. Now, in this case, you have to be sure these are actually pointing up. And the one thing that is fine, like so. Make sure this piece is pointing down. I will add, in case you ever were to do this with your kit, it's a lot easier if you just take these off, maneuver these, and then put these back on. Like so. And you can just close this feet up, like so. Move the toes down. And you can just close it like so. And this version of it, the version KA, actually comes with this attachment piece. So if you see these two slits here, you see these slots as well. So these pegs are supposed to go inside these slits, these holes right here. So just line them up the best you can. Like so. Move this forward. And move these feathers out of the way. And just, the best of your ability, close it up. Or you don't even need a piece, you can just close it like so. And last thing you can do is to extend these out, so you can extend these feathers out for these wings. Move it outward, same thing on the other side. Move it outward, like so. And then finally, to make it display properly, just take this piece out. Get the action base. Put that attachment piece and just put this here. And of course you have a nice little display like this. And compared to the other Ring Zero kit, the other master grade, I will say that this one does definitely stick out a little bit. I especially like the wings here. I feel like these feathers here are just a little bit more independently, even though they're actually one solid piece, but that effect it gives, it's really nice. So I do like that. And of course, as I mentioned before, like the fact that this kit has its own action base really does stick out, especially if you're going to pose it in something along these lines. But yeah, this definitely does stick out. Definitely is one of the better master grades. That's not just in my collection, but I believe one of the better master grades out there right now. Now, the one thing that made this kit stands out is the fact that this kit actually can transform into its Neo Burn mode, a mode that specifically was mostly in the Gundam Wing series. But in the Endless Waltz movie, this kit actually never transformed. So the fact that the version K did this for this kit specifically makes it stand out. And in order to do so, again, I would just take these off, less of a headache. Alright. Extend these out. So what you gotta do is you gotta take this knee part out carefully, because if you take off too much, then actually one of the armor pieces on the knee will just come off. So just enough. And move the entire piece back so this piece can move. And then move the back leg out. And I may need to extend this a little bit more. There we go. So extend it like that, make sure this piece is sticking out. Then move it forward like so. And just like on the other side, make sure this sticks out. Move it out, move this back. And move these feet forward like so. As for the top, close these up. I usually help out by moving these inward like so. You don't need to do this. It didn't say so in the instructions, but I just find it easier. Then you move tie piece like so. Make sure the elbow joint is inward, so like so, and then you move this up. Then these can just extend out and move forward like so. Okay, just going to lift these up for a little bit to show you this part. You actually need to extend these out all the way. So these side skirts, just extend them out and move them back like so. And here, you actually need to detach the backpack in this position, like so. And now this peg is going to go inside the back of the waist skirt. You may need to lift this waist skirt just a little bit, so make sure. And making sure it's connected. There we go. Nice and tight. And on this side, what you gotta do is for this part of the wing, you're actually going to turn it 90 degrees, like so. And you're actually gonna move this forward, right underneath his arms. Like that. Then you can collapse the arms down. Like so. And make sure these pieces are face forward like that. Then you can put these back on. Like so. Now to do that, there's another connection piece that comes with the kit. Make sure this, sticking out, right here is going to be attached to the waist skirt. So it's going to look something like this. And those same pegs, as in the wings, is going to go inside these slits. Make sure you move these feathers out. So, and there we go. Then you can open these up and extend these out. Like so. And the last part for the transformation is the shield and twin buster rifles. So what we gotta do is this piece here. Actually, what you can do is you can take these out. These are where the twin buster rifle is gonna go. Extend this out. There we go. Just kind of get stuck in there. Make sure you have long fingernails. Send this out, then push it down like so it can lock in place. Then by opening these two flaps here, you get this piece that's inside and you take it out. And you fully extend it and you turn this over. And then you get the twin buster rifles. Just move those up like so. So on this one, move it up. And on these slits here, on each side, will go inside the shield. Like so. And then lastly, you see these two pegs, they're going to go inside this little slot here in the back of the neck. And it should be quite snug, so you shouldn't have any difficulty. And then you just move this down to make sure you hide the head. Like so. Get the action base ready. There's another attachment that comes with this kit for this mode. So you put a small piece inside the action base, and this piece is going to go right here, like so. And here we have the Neo Burn mode in this outside atmosphere mode. And I must admit, it really does stand out. I believe this even stands out much more than the Wing Gundam Proto Zero burn mode, actually. It really does have a nice way of contrasting with and comparing with the blue ship compared to a red one. But this really does makes it, in a way, majestic, I would say. Definitely angelic in its own way just due to the angel wings, but definitely a much... again, it's just a majestic, angelic version of the Neo Burn mode as seen on the Gundam Wing series. Now, the Neo Burn mode actually has two modes. This is the outside atmosphere mode, and in order to transform it into its in atmosphere mode, first off, let's get this off. And a little snug there. There we go. You need to close these up, like so. Move them up, like so. And you need to get these out. I actually will find it easier to, let me just take this off. And extend the arms. Like so. So that way you can bring the wings up. And I'm going to do just like I did before. It'd be easy to just take those off. And you would need to rotate these out 180 degrees like so. And do the exact same thing on the other side. It's going to be something like this. So. Oops. There we go. Then you can close the arms out. Oh, try not to get that out. There we go. Then you can put this back on. And with these rings, you can either extend them for much better effect. Oop, that's kind of right. Something like this. And here we have the Neo Burn mode in its in atmosphere mode. And I must say that the only purpose of this mode is just to showcase the angel wings, but I can't deny the fact that it looks pretty nice. I prefer the outside atmosphere mode. Personally, I just feel like that mode is a bit more clean, much more condensed. Whereas this one, again, as exuberant as this may be, it's very stylish. I give it that. I just like it how the other mode was just much more condensed, like I said, much more cleaner in my personal opinion. But of course, by all means, you can showcase this any way you want. Outside atmosphere, in atmosphere, or just the regular kit as itself. Now I actually want to do a side-by-side comparison with a fellow Neoburn mode, and that would be the Wing Gundam Proto Zero in its own Neoburn mode. And obviously, as you can tell from the version KA, it's definitely a lot bigger, it's a lot wider, and I think actually it extends more. Or it could be the same length actually, from point to point. But actually, I believe the twin buster rifle in the version KA is a little bit longer, so I would say this, by length, is even a lot longer than that of the Proto Zero. The one thing I can say, and I can just tell from looking at this, is that the shields are exactly the same. The only difference is that's blue, that's red. But I do like the fact that this side by side, I really just like it. Definitely, I am considering of displaying these two like this. But I will say the transformation for this one, I would say just a little bit better than this one. This one is simpler. Don't get me wrong. This is much more simple to transform. But I just like the fact like this one right here has different aesthetics to transform, especially the fact that the wings here, of course, make it stand out a lot more. Another feature that I would like to show all of you that this kit can do is actually deals with a twin buster rifle. So, for this one, this is the right rifle. You actually need to move this down all the way. Then move this piece out. Like so. So it sticks out. And just enough for you to move this forward. So that way this peg can go inside that slot. There we go. So now it's locked. And you just need to put that down. I'll show you why in a minute. And same thing on the other side. On the other rifle, I mean. Put this down, all the way down. Stick this piece out. And then you push it forward so it can be locked in place. And bring this down. Now, for those of you who have had different manipulators for your hands, for your gun plug kits, it's always easier to take the fingers off first, place this here, and there's actually a peg here inside the fingers. It's going to go inside this slot. So, place that there. Move that to the side. It's the same thing on the other gun. Like so. Then before I do that, I was going to show the other part as to why this piece is out. So, for the forearms, if you just shift it up, there is a hole there to put this peg in. And I really do like that. I like the fact that this kit comes with that. Because I feel like these will hold a lot better. And with enough finagling and patience, you can actually recreate one of the most iconic positions or iconic scenes, and not just in Gundam Wing Endless Walls or Gundam Wing entirely, but all in all, in all Gundam anime series. Everyone knows exactly what this scene is if you're a diehard Gunpla or Gundam fan. But yes, this is the scene near the end of Endless Waltz. Spoiler alert. But yeah, so with enough patience, you too can recreate this scene. And here we have the Endless Waltz team, with the exception of the Shenlong, Altron, aka Nataku, Gundam. I'm really hoping to get my hands on the Master Grade Altron from Endless Waltz. But so far, not a bad ensemble if you ask me. Pretty nice. And now for the final part of this video, my personal review, my opinion on this kit, the good, the bad, and everything else in between. The good, this is definitely a step up from the Master Grade that was made back in the late 90s or early 2000s. Everything about this kit is basically almost like a mirror image of that, but better. I love the fact that, and this is mostly for almost all if I can talk, VerKA kits. The kits I have this as well, and this one is no different. There are different shades of blue. Each one of the areas, there's like 2 or 3 different shades, so I do like that. Another thing I really do like is the proportions. I don't feel like anything is a little bit too big or too small. I believe everything match up well with each other. It does balance it out. The wings might be a little bit big, but then again, that's the one thing about this kit that does stand out the most are the wings, so I can forgive that. The articulation for this kit is absolutely amazing. You can come up with many different poses, and I believe the imagination is endless on this one. And the fact that it comes with its own stand, that's another big plus. But then again, for this type of kit, if it didn't come with its own stand, then I believe Bandai's doing something wrong. But with its own stand, it definitely is a plus for me. Not many kids can do that, so I do enjoy that. With that being said, though, some cons. Just a couple. I will say that sometimes pieces do fall off. That's with all other model kits, so it should be a no-brainer. Another thing is all the wings, and I know that may sound surprising, but let me explain why. The wings themselves are fine, but the connection piece that's on the back, it's very tight to move, and because of that, it's the reason why some pieces fall off. I'm not a big fan of tight pieces, but at the same time, I'm not a big fan of loose pieces. So I just be careful with that. Definitely in these two specifically, on these two main wings. The back ones are fine, but the bigger ones, I do have an issue with, especially with doing transformation. I'm okay with taking them off. It's obviously a lot easier. But maneuvering those back pieces, I kind of wish they were a little bit more subtle, I guess. I would say I kind of wish whenever you put the pieces together, I don't know if all kits are like this, but in this one, I kind of wish the pieces were stronger. Like when they are put together, they meld much better, but it is what it is, I suppose. One pro I forgot to add are the twin buster rifles. That extra piece to attach to the forearms, very good plus in my opinion. I really do like that. But yeah, other than that, those were just a couple of the main cons that I remember dealing with, not just putting this kit together, but also with recording of this video and the other parts of this kit. But with that being said, is this a kit worth getting? Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt. I'm not even going to hesitate. This kit definitely is a plus from the original Master Grade from many years ago. They did on so much better things. Another pro to this kit I forgot to add is these feathers here. There's that same type of plastic as the entire kit, whereas the original Master Grade, they use a different type of material. It was still plastic, but a little bit more flimsy, and because of that material, it tended to fall off a lot easily compared to this one. But in this case, all the plastic are exactly the same, and I believe that actually help these pieces stick on a lot longer. But yes, in case you haven't picked this up yet, pick this kit up. If you're just a Gundam Wing fan, and a Swallows fan, Gundam fan, this is a kit worth getting. Thank you all for watching. This video I know is definitely the longest video in this series, but just because of this kit particularly. But I do not regret a single thing. Thank you all for your patience. I know my schedule has been a little bit hectic lately, so I do apologize for that. But I'm just glad that this is finally complete. This has been a very long journey, and I'm just glad this ended on a very good high note. This kit by far is one of my top favorites that I have in my collection, but also one of my top favorites from this series. Everything about it just makes it stand out. Everything about it, just the colors, the transformation, the design, the sleekness, the proportion, so many more. And I'm just glad that I am just thankful that it wasn't just reviews and other people commenting about this, but this kit actually it defended all those. It really did say, everyone did say that this is one of the best kits, and they were right. They're not just saying it because they were fans, but this kit definitely is one of the best one that's out right now. So if you haven't picked it up, please do so. The Wing Zero version KA Master Grade. And with that, again, thank you all for watching. There are 2 videos here that you may or may have not checked out. So now that this series is over, definitely more kits coming. I may have a change of direction, so stay tuned for that. So thank you all again one last time, and until next time, keep on building.